Let's start out talking about the Hall of Fame. Every year it seems it is a big event. What is new this year?
Well, in terms of the Hall of Fame, nothing's really new. We're inducting 4 individuals and 1 team this year. The team happens to be the 1982 football team, which finished higher than any William Jewell football team in school history. They got second in the nation in 1982, the fall of '82. And they're the 3rd football team to go into the Hall of Fame, the first being the 1967 team, which was the only undefeated team in school history, the second being the '73 team, which won more games than any team in history, and now the '82 team, which finished the highest. And then 4 outstanding individuals, 2 football players, 2 basketball players. The 2 football players played on the '82 team, so it's going to be especially nice for them and their families. Scoop Gillespie, Fernandez Gillespie, unfortunately passed away about 10 years ago. But he had a great career here, was a running back, great blocker, great work ethic, and then played a year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So a very high level individual in terms of his talent. And we were very fortunate to have him here at William Jewell. And there will be members of his family here to help with his recognition. Steve Hudson, who set all sorts of records for kicking, extra points and field goals, and had a phenomenal 3 years here. He went to Northeast Missouri State, now Truman State, for a year, and then transferred here and had a phenomenal 3 years. And he was on that '82 team, was an All-American. His picture's here on the wall. The 2 basketball players, Charlotte Beck, who graduated here in 2000, on all the career lists for women's basketball, from rebounding to scoring and all those types of things. So she is the first women's basketball player to be going into the Hall of Fame. So we're quite excited to have Charlotte back. And then Chad Jones, who special to me because I got to coach him. I graduated in '97, played on 3 Final Four teams, '95, '96, '97, was a first-team All-American, Player of the Year in the Heart of America Athletic Conference, now a pretty good coach at Smithville High School in the area. So we have a great group from individuals to the '82 team, and it should be a great weekend. And we take nominees from anybody. It could be an alum that nominates somebody. We usually when somebody calls to recommend somebody, they're already on our list, but we're certainly open to other ideas. There's a 10-year waiting period, and we're going to get into a period where there's going to be a number of All-Americans whose pictures are on this wall and whose names are on this wall, either as an academic All-American or a mention All-American, become available as well. And there are other teams that certainly have had great success in sports. I think there's been 2 football teams, or 3 football teams now that have gone in, and our national championship baseball team has gone in. We've had a swimming team go in, cross-country track, a couple of basketball teams, and before long, I'm sure there'll be soccer teams and other sports teams that will go in as well. But there's a 10-year waiting period. There is a committee, and we encourage people to make recommendations for the Hall of Fame.
How about the weekend itself? Usually golfing, several dinners or whatever. Talk about what's happening this year.
Well, there's a full slate of activities. As you said, there's always a homecoming golf tournament. It's being put on by the athletic department now, and with help from other groups on campus, including the alumni office. But it should be a great event again. We hope for good weather. There's a variety of activities always during homecoming weekend, with reunion classes from 60 years ago and 50 years ago and so forth. But in terms of the athletic part of it, there's going to be a reception on Friday night for members of the '82 team and individuals who can be here early and celebrate, and have a reception and gathering Friday evening. Saturday at the football game, all the inductees will be certainly introduced at halftime with those festivities, along with homecoming king and queen and all those things that you do at homecomings. And then we'll have a grand night the evening of October 8th. There will be a reception, a dinner, and then the induction ceremony, which will be the highlight of the weekend. And I know all the 4 individuals will have their families here. They'll have teammates here from their era, and we've also invited back the teams surrounding the '82 team. There'll be folks back from '79, '80, '81, '82, and '83. That was really a special era. Stan McGarvey, who came here in '76, as the head football coach, was National Coach of the Year in 1980. Brought in a lot of the guys who were on that 82 team. Vic Wallace came in, did a phenomenal job carrying on from what Coach McGarvey had done. Coach Wallace unfortunately can't be here. He's the head coach at Rockford College in Illinois. He's going to try to be here on Friday and then get back to Chicago for his game on Saturday. So we're hopeful that will happen. But it should be a great weekend.
Take us on a little tour here. This area of the Mabee Center is used for the All-Americans, and the pictures are the All-Americans. What about the other stuff here?
Well, we've kind of added to this wall in the past couple of years. It reflects all the All-Americans. Before, the pictures simply reflect an individual in a team sport who made first, second, or third team All-American. It does not reflect, we don't have enough wall space to put pictures of all the honorable mention All-Americans. It also reflects individuals who placed at a national meet in what would be considered an individual sport, such as track and field, or golf, or swimming and diving. So if they placed at the national meet in the top 6, 7, or 8, and were considered an All-American, then their picture is here. The two boards on either side of the pictures represent, on the left side, all the honorable mention All-Americans. And we are still updating that. There are a few nameplates that need to go up there. And then, Rick, on the right are all of the academic All-Americans. And fortunately, we're going to run out of space. We've had a lot of great student athletes who received academic All-America honors at the NAIA level. We anticipate in the move to the NCAA that we'll continue to have a number of academic All-Americans. And so we're happy to honor all of them, and we invite people. I'm pretty sure that we have pictures of all those people that qualify for the picture on the wall, and I'm pretty sure we have all the names of all the academic All-Americans.
It's going to be tougher to be an All-American now that we're with the NCAA?
It will be in terms of the number of teams. I'll just take our sport as an example. In men's basketball, there are 110. We were in NEI Division I. There's 110 NEI Division I schools. There's well over 300 NCAA Division II schools playing basketball. So I think it will be tougher, but that's okay. It should be a select group. Back in the day, before divisions of competition in football and in basketball at the NAIA level, when I played here in basketball, there were over 500 schools that played basketball. And so it was very difficult to be a first, second, or third team All-American. That doesn't diminish our NEI Division II All-Americans in football and basketball in any way, shape, or form. Chances are they would have still been All-Americans with just one division. But the NEI is down now to about 250 schools total with divisions in basketball. No divisions in any other sport now. They had divisions in football for about 20 years, from the mid-'70s to the mid-'90s. Now they're back to one division. But NCAA Division II, it is a step up. It'll be a challenge for all of our student athletes and coaches, which is fine. But we'll still have people who will be great candidates to be All-Americans in all the sports, or honorable mention All-Americans, or academic All-Americans.
Can't let you go without talking a little bit of basketball. Tell us about your off-season in basketball and what you're expecting this year as the season approaches.
We have 10 returning players from last year's 25 and 18, which qualified and played in the national tournament. We have 3 starters back. The three seniors, from Nick Larson to Mark Mason to Chris Ooze. We're expecting another good year from each of them, and certainly the other 7 returnees. We brought in 5 freshmen, and we're hopeful that some of them will step up and see some immediate playing time. We lost some special players. We had 6 seniors on last year's team. 2 of them were starters, Jonathan Benson and Alex Bernstetter. And then you had Adam Johnston and David Kennedy and Scott Selmeyer, who came off the bench for us at the guard position. So all of them had fine senior years and certainly contributed to any success that we had over the past several years. So there's minutes to be had. Our guys are working hard. They're excited about being on the first team to ever participate at the NCAA Division II level. And the Great Lakes Valley Conference, I'll actually, as long as I've coached, I'm going to actually be coaching against a number of teams I've never coached against, and that hasn't happened for me in a long time. So I'm excited about it. The players are. They're working hard in preseason, as every student athlete is here in all the sports at Wayne Jewell.